Have you ever had a moment where something so unexpected, so gut-wrenching, makes your world tilt on its axis? You know, one of those moments when you can feel the ground beneath your feet shift, but you can't even tell where the tremors are coming from? It was an ordinary Tuesday afternoon when I got the call, but what she said, it's a line I'll never forget. "Can Ryan stay over tonight?" I had to hear it again. I thought, did I miss something? Ryan? As in, my best friend Ryan? But no, it was real. And that single question set off a chain of events that would unravel everything I thought I knew about love, trust, and the woman I married. I'm just an average guy. Been married to Sarah for 7 years now. We met in college, those carefree days of laughter, adventure, and late-night talks about dreams. She was my world. Still is, in a way. But as you'll see, sometimes even the world you think you know can be nothing more than a fragile illusion held together by strings you never noticed until they snap. Everything started as it always did. The usual rhythm, waking up next to Sarah, having our coffee together, and heading to work. She'd text me throughout the day, little things, what she was cooking for dinner, how her yoga class went, things like that. But lately something had felt off. Not enough to cause alarm, but enough to make my gut tighten every time I walked in the door. A subtle shift, the glances that lingered a bit too long when I asked about her day. The occasional late nights she'd spend at book club or girls' night out that seemed more frequent than they should have been. I wasn't one to overthink things. Still, when you've been with someone for so long, you start to notice when something feels wrong. Then the call, "Can Ryan stay over tonight?" I froze. My mind raced trying to piece together what she meant. I asked her to clarify. She was calm, almost too calm. "Oh, I just thought it would be easier since you're working late and he's coming over to help me with the renovation stuff." Renovation? I hadn't heard about any renovation plans. In fact, we hadn't talked about any changes to the house in months. "Since when did we need to renovate?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "Oh, just a small thing in the guest room. It's no big deal, really." No big deal? I tried to laugh it off, though something in me told me not to. I told her I'd be home late, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. And then, everything shifted. I got home that evening, expecting to find Ryan in the guest room, or maybe Sarah preparing dinner. But what I found made my blood run cold. The front door was open, and the lights in the living room were dim. The sound of laughter echoed from the kitchen, her laughter, mixed with a deeper voice I didn't immediately recognize. I stepped inside, but no one was in the living room. The kitchen was quiet now, almost too quiet. I called out, "Sarah?" I heard a faint movement from upstairs. My heart pounded. I walked slowly, my mind racing, questioning what I was about to walk into. As I reached the top of the stairs, I saw a flash of light under the door to our bedroom. The door was slightly ajar. My body tensed. I hesitated for a moment, but my hand was already on the knob. I pushed it open. What I saw, what I didn't want to see, nearly shattered me. Ryan was there, sitting on the edge of our bed, his shirt off, with Sarah standing in front of him, her hands on his chest. Her lips were just inches from his. The room fell into a deafening silence. I couldn't speak. I couldn't even move. For a moment, everything was frozen. Sarah's eyes met mine, wide with shock, her face paling. But Ryan? He didn't flinch. He just sat there, looking at me like it was the most normal thing in the world. I didn't know what to say, what to feel. Betrayal? Anger? Heartbreak? It all mixed together into a storm that threatened to pull me under. Finally, Sarah whispered, "I didn't know how to tell you. I'm sorry. We were going to talk, but you were always so busy with work, busy with work." The excuses, the lies, they poured out of her. Each word was like a hammer smashing against the fragile trust I'd spent years building. I couldn't look at either of them anymore. Not Ryan, not Sarah. The whole world felt like it was crumbling. I walked away. I didn't stay to hear the apologies, the explanations. The truth was, I didn't need to hear any more. I already knew everything I needed to. It took me weeks to process what had happened. I moved out for a while, found a place of my own. I spent time reflecting not just on Sarah's betrayal, but on my own role in it. Did I miss the signs? Had I been blind to the cracks in our relationship? In the end, we did talk, and while I didn't get the answers I wanted, I learned the most important lesson of all. Trust is fragile. Once it's broken, you can never put it back the way it was. Sarah tried to win me back, but the damage was done. Our marriage, it was over. And as for Ryan, well, I never spoke to him again. Some things can't be forgiven. But then something inside me snapped. I couldn't just walk away. Not like this. Not after everything they'd stolen from me. I wanted them to feel it, to taste the bitterness of their betrayal. I devised a plan so meticulous, so precise that it would leave nothing to chance. I knew Ryan's deepest insecurities, his fears. He was always pretending to be something he wasn't, always hiding behind his charm. I used that. I started small, sending him anonymous messages about his personal life, making him question who he could trust. Little jabs at his reputation that made him paranoid, unsure of his friendships, his business dealings. But it wasn't just Ryan. Sarah? I had something for her too. I dug deep, deeper than I ever thought I would, uncovering secrets from her past that she had buried long ago. I leaked them carefully, subtly, until her friends started to pull away, until her reputation took a hit, until she realized that the world wasn't as forgiving as she thought. Every word, every action, every move I made was calculated. I didn't rush it. I wanted them to feel the weight of their betrayal slowly, agonizingly, over time. Then, the final blow came. I arranged for both of them to meet at a business dinner, pretending it was a chance to clear the air. But what they didn't know was that I had invited everyone who would listen. I exposed everything, laid it all bare, their affair, their lies, their manipulation. The shame, the horror on their faces was priceless. I walked away from that dinner without a word. They'd never see me coming again. I didn't need to. The damage was done. They knew deep down that their actions would follow them forever. So, here I am. Alone, but strangely free. It's a painful freedom, but it's mine. I learned the hard way that some betrayals don't just shatter relationships. They shatter a part of who you are. But that's also where the healing begins. You find yourself again. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for more stories that'll leave you thinking long after the video ends. Stay strong.